Look at that, would you? Can you hear that? I don't know if y'all can hear that babbling brook noise in the background of those little low rapids here. Obviously, we're not still in Florida. Got time to go back up north. So here we are up north, and it is the dead of winter, and it is chilly. But it is another beautiful day up here on this little river we're on here. Yeah, pretty amazing. This sucker. Let's see if we can pan up the river. There we go. People put logs, or the logs just washed down. I don't know. You can see there's some ice on them. Maybe you can see. Anyway, talk about making a joyful noise unto the Lord. Hear it? That's right. It's another beautiful day. It's winter and it's cold and it's gray and gloomy, but it is another beautiful day. Even the river and the rocks cry out. Anyway, we're going to walk down the river today. Take in most of the scenery because I don't really have a topic to talk about other than it being cold and wintry. It's a little bit tougher to operate. Got to wear more clothes. Takes a little more effort to move. Luckily, I didn't have to put the gloves on just yet, but I got them in my pocket just in case. I like to be prepared. I was telling my son, I was talking to him the other day on the ride up here. I told him, look, it don't matter to me. So when it gets too tough for everybody else, that's just how I like it. I heard an interesting saying on a TV show I was watching the other day. It might have been a movie, I don't know. Anyway, old boy said, if you're always ready, you ain't got to get ready. I said, I like that. So we try to maintain a constant state of readiness, as it were. Now, at my age, constant state of readiness is right after I get my 8 hours of sleep and a cup of coffee. I'm pretty close to my constant state of readiness, and I've hit the button to crank the truck up, so it'll already be warmed up for me, so I don't have to suffer through that. Haven't had to scrape any ice yet. That's probably coming. It's going to get colder this coming week, I believe. But I thought I'd get out and stroll down this river because I hadn't even walked down it. When I come in last week, the Jeeps brought me up the river, way down yonder, with the camper behind the truck. Brought me up here down a single lane gravel road that if I'd have met somebody head on, they'd had to back up unless they had a bigger camper than I did. And my camper ain't that big, but either way, they'd have been backing up. Because there wasn't no chance backing up. There wasn't nowhere to pull off and nowhere to turn around. I was like, this is the best the GPS has got, really? Well, ain't that impressive. But it is a beautiful spot. I almost take this on head. Left my comb. Oh well. I'll fix my hair later. Hopefully y'all don't mind too much. Probably not looking at me anyway. The river's a lot more attractive than I am. But we just do the best we can, you know, what we got to work with and all. There are some cool looking rocks in this riverbed, I can tell you that. Little patches of ice here and there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And I ain't talking about like Snoopy with the shades on. I'm talking about the temperature is low. Pretty little spot though down here in this valley. River running through it. Pretty wide river right here. I don't know how far that is. 100 yards. Good bit. Not gonna be long with that hood down either, because my ears, you got ears like this, these babies catch some air. These things will slow you down in the headwind if you ain't careful. Trust me. And they will get cold. Unlike elephants, though, in the summertime, they don't dissipate much heat. Not that I've noticed anyway, except for sweat just runs off of them like the rest of your head. Yeah. People got little spots up here on the riverbank to make fires and sit on the riverbank. And in the summertime, they tube and kayak down this sucker. Apparently. Which, who knows? Maybe we'll be here for some of that. Maybe we'll have to get out the old waterproof camera. Maybe we'll do one of them come summertime. Same river. Better temperatures. Other beautiful days to come. I'm sure. Getting to a big ice patch up here. More of those rapids making joyful noises. I don't know if y'all can hear them. Pretty awesome. I don't know how far we can get down this river. Pretty good little stretch. Oh, there's old pumpkin. Oh, that was nasty. I'm glad it didn't get all over my boot. Old pumpkin fell apart and had some seed funk in it. This reminds me of a time when me and JC, a buddy of mine I grew up with, not Jesus Christ, he just happened to have the same initials. Uh-oh, we got a little low water crossing here. Try not to get my boots too wet. I'm trying not to bust my butt. Hear that? That's the sound of ice breaking under my feet. Anyway, me and JC was at school one day. And it was raining. Rained all day. All day, I'm talking about. When we got to school, it was raining. When we left school, it was raining. We was teenagers, but we wasn't old enough to drive yet, I don't think. So anyway, me and old JC done come up with a plan for after school. They have made a concrete ditch through part of the little town we lived in. Look at all that debris. River gets up like rivers will do everywhere you go. Debris everywhere. Make her a good fire out here in the middle of the river if you needed one. But so anyway, me and JC, the concrete ditch, one of them big ones, about, I don't know, 30 feet wide, 10, 12 foot walls on it, you know. We done decided we going after school. We're gonna go to my house. My parents had a couple of them reflective rafts you lay on in the pool, and it's supposed to give a tan on your back as well as on your, you can lay on your back or your stomach and it would reflect and tan the other side. Well, that never really worked, I don't think. I never seen it work. I laid on them things a lot. Anyway, me and JC decided we're gonna go jump in the ditch. We're gonna get these rafts. We're gonna jump in at one end. We had go-karts. So we took my go-kart. Well, first off, we took my go-kart and run to his house. That's it. We went to my house, caught a ride to my house, took the go-kart and the rafts and 2 life jackets off the ski boat. And because the water was almost up to the walls. It wasn't quite, though. There was still enough room right at the edge. You could stand on the side, and not be swept away by the water. You could still get out of the water up on the edge of the flat bottom. So we jumped in that sucker. Obviously, it was not near as cold as it is today. So me and old JC, suit, life jackets, blow up the raft, and bail off in the old ditch, buddy. And right behind us, it started to just come out of the woods just like this, except it wasn't near this big. But it was flowing. Whew, water was running. We jumped on them rafts, rafted all the way. It was probably 2-3 miles, maybe. Might have been a little further. I don't think so. Probably 3-4 miles, maybe max. We rode that sucker all the way over to the other end, which he happened to live about 2 blocks from the other end, which was perfect. So we bailed out. One raft had a hole in it, so we just left it behind. That was before people worried about littering and stuff so much. We should have done better, but we didn't. Anyway, the one raft we took, we let the air out of it, took it with us. There's more little rapids. Can y'all see that? That is pretty. Yeah, one of them got a hole in it. It was fun. A little cool for it today, but you know, if I had some rafts and a wetsuit, I might be willing to try it. I ain't never been accused of having a whole lot of sense anyway. And JC was right there with me. But we got out soaking wet, walked on to his house, changed clothes, jumped on his go-kart, shoom, with the life jackets, both of us on there with the life jackets, and one raft that made the ride. Shot back across town on his go-kart to pick my go-kart up where we left it down in the culvert, one end of the ditch at the back of the church parking lot. Got mine out of there, boom, back to my house we went. I think we went in and got something to eat. Anyway, quite the adventure for the day. We had a good time. There's always something to do like that, you know. That's back when you made fun yourself. You didn't sit in the house all day on the dadgum idiot box. Uh-oh, a little leaf action, a little loud. Wasn't much gaming. I mean, you know, we was born in the 1900s when I remember, me personally, I remember when Atari came out, and my neighbors down the road had an Atari and played Pong. That's right. A little white dot bouncing from side to side. And that was something to do back then. We're gonna walk back up this way. I want to get out here and see if we can get on this little island in the river. So anyway, yeah, all kinds of stuff. We'd do that. Go raft. We thought we was river rafting. That's as close as we had ever come to river rafting at that point in time in our lives. May still be. This is pretty neat though. Some serious rock action here in the river. There's that babbling brook sound again. Oh yeah. It is a joyful noise, isn't it? What a beautiful spot. I bet when the spring rolls around and love is in the air and birds are chirping and flowers are blooming and trees are all full of fresh leaves, really a sight. Of course, that'll probably be about the same time that the snow melts somewhere. They have a flash flood right here, and you know, might not be as pretty as I imagine, but I'm sure at some point it is as pretty as I imagine. I don't know how much further we can go. We're going to go a little further, though. We're going to keep on going. Y'all are probably bored with this, but let's see if I can't think of another fun and exciting adventure I've been on. Me and old JC, we went on one or two. Oh, or me and old DB, another buddy I growed up with. I just went and seen him here in the last few months. He's doing good. He still looks like Sammy Hagar, but 20 years younger. So he's looking good, you know what I'm saying? Killing it. Killing it. My brother. Anyway, me and JC though, and DB may have been with us. I don't know if he was or not. Anyway, we're gonna go to the monster truck, or maybe the tractor pulls. It was one of the two, monster trucks or tractor pulls in the Coliseum. So LC, JC's daddy, is going to take us to this thing. And he was cool now. He was a daggum tanker. Not an oil tanker, like a tank. Drove a tank for like the Army or somebody. I think it was the Army. Anyway, he drove a tank in Korea. So he was a pretty happening cat. What much he couldn't drive. Anyway, hey, a golf ball. JC's daddy says, all right, I'm going to take you boys to the daggum tractor pulls tonight. We're going to go. Woo, we're excited. And he had a Blazer. Chevy Blazer. Coolest, it was cool. At least we thought it was cool. Jacked up a little bit, mud tires, all that good stuff. Buckshot. Woohoo. So, and he'd been up sipping beers and curling weights in the yard, since about, I don't know, when we woke up, he was out there. Of course, we didn't get up till 10, 11 o'clock because we was under the driving age. I don't know, we were 10 or 12, whatever. Anyway, we load up, go down to the Coliseum. We get there, yep, roll up there. Mr. C goes, hey, need tickets, get in. Me and these 3 or 4 boys right here. We got to get in here and see the tractor pull. He said, oh, sir, I'm sorry, it's sold out. Sold out? No, that ain't gonna work. I just need a couple of tickets. We can stand on the side, whatever we need to do. I'm sorry, sir, it's sold out. We can't do anything about it. You're out of luck, you're too late. And we heard one in there, whoa! So apparently we was a little later than we thought. But anyway, he said, oh, shoot, dang. All right, y'all follow me. So Mr. C whips out and walks back away from the office or the ticket window. He says, damn. He looks to the right, he looks to the left. He says, y'all follow me. Come on. We break out around the left of this Coliseum, around there where they're bringing all the tractors and all that stuff in. Whoa, deer carcass. We're going to take a look at that. Anyway, we get around there. Mr. C goes, we walk up and just walk right around there. We're like ducks. We're behind him. We're hot on this trail. He said, don't say nothing. Stick with me. 10-4, we got it. So we like almost with our hand on his pocket, hanging on. And we go around there. We get in. We're in the Coliseum now. But we ain't in the stands, we're back in the pits and whatnot. Anyway, Mr. C walks up there. We get to a gate. Oh no, he goes, we go one way, we can't get through that way. We go back this way, we get to the man down there at the gate, letting people up into the stands or up inside the Coliseum. They're keeping people that are letting them down into the pits and all that. Mr. C says, yeah, we're in the pits. We can get these boys out of here. I need to go get them some concessions. The old boy opened that gate up, and Mr. C took off up them steps like a rocket. Up the stairs he went, and we were hot on this trail, buddy. Like ducks, like I ain't kidding you. Up in there, that old boy at the gate's going, sir, sir, sir. We're stroking that. Forget about it. We're in. We run up in there, shot around, jumped out, went down, got some concessions, popped out around on the other side of the Coliseum, and watched a kick butt tractor pull. You hear me? Anyway, there's some cycle of life stuff right there. Old deer didn't make it. He's a good one though. A good 4 on one side and at least 4 I can see, I think, on the other side. It's a good 8 point. The winter done got to him. Woo, the winter getting to me. Wind's picking up. Yeah, more fun times. Growing up in the 70s, the 1970s that is. It's a big time. Disco was a thing, but it was before I knew anything about it. But I remember people with all them platform shoes and big collars and staying alive. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But anyway, I just want to take y'all along on a little walk out here along the river today. See what's really going on up north here. And it is winter's hard on everybody. That big buck back there proves it, because he might have been shot. Ain't no telling. Made it to the river. Somebody didn't recover him in time. Or maybe they didn't shoot him good. But either way, he's done. Anyway, I'll try to get back with y'all and have a better plan on what to talk about next time. So if you like this kind of content, if you like seeing the river, which I do, give us a like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you.